Welcome to another 5-Book Friday. Today we're talking Leaves on the Cover. Hey there, it's Mitzi. Welcome to my channel. Yes, I am wearing the same shirt that I wore in the weekly update because I decided to go ahead and just record this video while I was thinking about it. This is another 5-Book Friday where I share 5 books that are related somehow. And for this one, it's Leaves on the Cover because we are in the middle of the Fall into Reading readathon, and one of the prompts is to read a book with leaves on the cover. These all look like fall to me, and so I thought it was a perfect time to share these. So some of these books are books that I actually have pulled because I want to read them for Series September, but then there's a few others that I've been interested in reading as well. So let me know in the comments if you've read any of these and if I should push one of them up on my TBR list as a priority to get to for the Fall into Reading Challenge. The first one is Cider with Rosie. I don't know anything about this, but I've heard of this book. I think it was Kate Howe that talked about this book and enjoying it. It says it's a wonderfully vivid memoir of childhood in a remote Cotswold village, a village before electricity and cars, a timeless place on the verge of change. I don't know anything about it, but I'm super interested in this one, and it does have leaves on the cover, so this one would work. It also has this, I think that looks kind of fallish. I don't know if this thing pertains to fall or not, but it did have some orange on the cover too, so it would fit for that one as well. The next one, this is definitely a fall read, and I do have this on my list for the Series September Challenge, and it is The Winds of Autumn by Jeanette Oke. This is the second in a series. I think it's called the Seasons of the Heart series. I read the first one and really enjoyed it. I was surprised at how much I did enjoy it, because sometimes when I revisit some of these old classics that I loved before, they're not as good to me as when I read them later. I had never read this particular series by Jeanette Oke. I've read other things. I'd never read this series, and I found the whole box set at a thrift store, and so I thought I would just try it out, and I'm glad I did because the first one was really good. So this is the second one in that series, and there are lots of leaves on the cover, and it's just such a beautiful cover to this book. I love the cover of this one, but I do have this one on my list to read for the Series September Challenge. The next one is super fitting because I just read one by Rosamund Pilcher, and I think someone in the comments had said this one actually is a sequel to The Shell Seekers, which I just read. I don't know. It's called September. I don't know anything about this one. I have not known anything about the other two Rosamund Pilchers I read, but they were great reads. So I do want to read this one, and I have Coming Home. I want to read both of those because I already have copies of those. But this has a beautiful cover of all these gorgeous fall leaves. So it's definitely leaves on the cover because it's covered in leaves. And I think someone mentioned this one as a book with leaves on the cover, as well as I think it's a sequel to Shell Seekers. Let me know in the comments if you've read this one. And then this one, I just think this is gorgeous. This book is a Deep Haven novel. That is a Christian fiction series written by Susan May Warren. It's called You Don't Know Me. And let me just tell you a little something. I know Susan May Warren because she taught some classes at a conference that I used to attend, and I went for several years every year, and she was there just about every year too. So I've had several conversations with Susan May Warren. She is a fantastic person, and she does a great job with teaching other writers how to write these novels. So when I saw this book, I thought I need that just because I love the cover. It says, I don't know anything about this one, but it is a Deep Haven novel. It says the secret she's kept to protect her family could be the very thing that tears them apart. So I thought I might try this one. And again, it's called You Don't Know Me, but it is a beautiful fall cover and it has leaves everywhere. So this is another one that I could read. Let me know if you've read any Susan May Warren. Again, she's a fantastic person. And let me know if you've read any of her books, but I plan on reading this one as well. And then the last one is one that I've had on my shelf for way too long, and you probably have already guessed what the book is because it has orange too on the cover. This is a series that I've got just about every book in this series and have not touched it, and that is At Home in Medford by Jan Karon. And there are leaves all up here showing the town that this is. I think, yeah, I'm assuming this is Medford at the top. Not read this, but everybody tells me, yes, you need to hurry up and read it. And this is a priority because I've had this on my shelf way too long. I think that this is just small town living sort of stories. That's right up my alley. And I think this is set in North Carolina, and I'm in South Carolina. So, you know, anything Carolinian I want to read. So I'm excited to dive into this one for Series September because it will fulfill a prompt on Series September as well. So those are 5 books that I have on my shelf right now that I thought that we could use for the leaves on the cover prompt. Let me know if you have any books on your shelf. Go right now, look over your shelf and see if you have any books with leaves on the cover. Leave that in the comments so that we all can see what else we could choose to fulfill this prompt, because there may be one that we haven't thought of that we want to get to soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.